But there we go. So there's another win. Amazing. So this strategy is actually working out very, very well. Hey everybody, Mark here, and I am back. Yes. And I've got a brand new strategy for you today that I'm going to share with you. And also a little bit about where I have been and what's been going on in my life for this past few weeks. So going to give you an update on that. But in terms of the strategy, this is something that has came across my desk. This is something brand new. And a lot of the members inside of the private VIP group have been using this strategy and getting some pretty good results. So I thought I would go ahead and share it with you. So now the first thing, let's go ahead and make sure that we have our charts set up correctly. So over here inside of Pocket Option, you'll want to select for the chart type. We're going to be using regular candlesticks. Okay. Now for the time frame, we're going to be using 15 seconds. So just make sure to select S15. Now for the expiry, we're going to be using 1 minute, or you can just click on M1 right there. So that just makes it easy to switch it to 1 minute. Now you're going to be using 3 indicators for this strategy: 2 moving averages and 1 parabolic SAR. So to get started, over here on the indicators menu, select moving average twice. So you're going to want to click on this 2 times. You can select it and then come back up here and then select it again. That will add 2 moving averages to your chart. Also add 1 parabolic SAR. So up here on the indicators menu once more, come down here and select parabolic SAR. Okay. And then now let's go into the settings. So for the first moving average, click on the little pencil icon just to the right of the name there. And for the period, we're going to be selecting 6. And then moving average type will be SMA. And then for the styles, we're going to be choosing green for the color and 3 for the line width. All right, just to thicken those lines a little bit so they're easier to see. Let's go ahead and click on save. And then for the next moving average, let's click on the pencil icon. For the period, we're going to use 14. And for the moving average type is also going to be SMA. For the styles, let's set this to white. And then for the pixel line width, that's going to be set to 3 pixels. Okay, once you have all that, make sure to go ahead and click on save. All right, so you guys are all set up, ready to go. So let me explain exactly how this strategy works. So let's just go ahead and jump in here. And so what you're doing is you're waiting for the green line to cross over the white line. Okay. So if the green line crosses underneath, in other words, if it's going down and it's crossing underneath the white line, and you also have the parabolic dots above those moving average lines, then you're going to want to enter a cell. Okay, you're looking for cells. Now, if the green line is crossing up over the white line, let me see if I can find an example here. Okay, so you've got the green line here crossing up over the white line. Do you see that? And then you have the parabolic dots that have appeared underneath these 2 lines. And when this happens, when you see this, you go in for a buy. So now before we begin trading, I would highly recommend that all of you have some type of risk management in place or some type of trade manager. Now the one that I use is of course my own trade manager system. This is the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, which is a highly advanced manager with mathematical calculations that allows you to win even if you have losses, even if you have multiple consecutive losses in a row. This is something available to all of the VIP members inside of our private Telegram group. So now what we're going to do here, we're going to enter our initial capital that we have inside a Pocket Option. So whatever we have up here, we're going to go ahead and enter that into the Trade Manager right here where it says initial capital. So it will use and it will leverage that. It will take that full capital that we have and use that and come up with the exact trade amounts that we need to use and what we need to enter into Pocket Option so we know exactly the amounts to trade with. because it's really difficult to kind of sit down, you've deposited some money into Pocket Option, and you just really don't know how much should you trade with. Should I use $10, $20? Well, the Trade Manager figures all of that out for you. That's the beauty behind this. So let's just take this as an example. I think I've already got $500 of real money inside of my account, inside of Pocket Option. So therefore, I'll come over here and it's already entered in here. The initial capital is $500. I will set my risk level, whatever risk level that I want. And I've got video tutorials and stuff like, how to use everything on the website. But I'm going to use 2 out of 11, which means that I must win 2 out of 11 trades. And also for the payout amount, I have changed this to 82% just to cover any slippage that happens with the payout amounts inside a Pocket Option. So pretty cool. This means that if the payout amount drops for one of these currencies, if it drops from like 92% down to 85%, I can still come out in profit, which is really, really cool. So I've got everything set up. Now the Trade Manager will give me the exact amount that I need to trade with, which is going to be 116. And so I will go over here and let's just go ahead and enter that in. As soon as I enter in the trade amount that the Trade Manager gives me, I'm all ready to trade. Let's go ahead and start, and let's begin with our very first trade. And then I'll share with you guys a little bit on where I have been and what's been happening. And so let's just browse through here. Okay, so that looked, let's take a look here. So overall upward trend. However, the green line has just crossed over the white line. Now, should I enter the trade right when the green line crosses over? And I would say no. It's because that green line could quickly switch direction on you. It's not a really good clarification right when it crosses over that white line, even though we have the parabolic dots above those moving averages. I'm going to want to wait this out a little bit more. It looks like it's kind of came down, but it looks like it's curved and the price looks like it's coming back up. However, right now, it looks like it could be, looks like there's a little bit more of a downward pressure there coming down. Use your best judgment. If something doesn't look right to you, then go ahead and switch the chart, guys. Okay, so, easily just come through here. Oh, this looks pretty good. So we've got the green line that is crossed underneath the white line. And if I get a little pump up there, and just for this video here, let's just go ahead and get a trade in. I've got the parabolic dots above the moving averages. We had the green line cross underneath that white moving average line. And so I went ahead and entered a sell. Now we've got a whole minute here, guys. So let's go ahead and wait this out. And you do not have to win every trade to become profitable. No, you don't. You might be watching a lot of YouTube videos and you might be seeing a lot of folks win every single trade. They never have a loss. And that's just not the reality, guys. What we have done is that we have created a group, and it looks like this is incredible. Look how effective this is. So we had a huge drop after I've entered, and I really like these live markets. Might be trying to trade a little bit more live markets. We've been trading OTC, a lot of videos on my channel with OTC for quite some time, going on months now. But there we go. So we got one in. We do have a win. Again, we're not going to win them all. So I'm going to show you every trade that I'm doing. I may edit the video, but I'm showing you every single trade, guys. So what happens if we do have a win? Let's go back over here to the Trade Manager. Mark this as a win. And just going to largen this up here a little bit. So we've marked this as a win. Now, the next trade amount is under $1. So what we're going to do is go ahead and end this session. We can't trade with less than $1 inside a Pocket Option. So this first session, it was over pretty quick. Let's go ahead and hit the reset button here and enter in the new amount, which is 501.01. Now, for some of you, you might be looking at this and going, well, Mark, that's just not a lot of cash. That's not a lot of money. And you would be right. What we like to focus on, when I say we, I'm talking about all of us inside of the private VIP group. What we focus on is compounding over time, compounding our earnings, doing multiple trading sessions per day. You can set a daily profit goal with the Trade Manager right over here where it says daily goals. You can set a profit target, okay? Whatever, I mean, this is gonna be a little bit higher, a little bit lower, depending on your initial capital. But for 500 bucks, for an example, I would say, I don't know, $10 a day, 300 bucks a month, right? That'll take care of some bills, right? So the sessions required, it's going to be 9 sessions per day that you're going to have to complete to reach that goal of $10. Now, I just completed 1 session, and we have the session counter right here for you guys. If you want to keep track, you can add a session, you can subtract a session, you can clear this out if you want to start over. But for the day, if I want to do a couple sessions right now, come back an hour later, do a few more sessions. We've got some members doing like half of their sessions in the morning, and then they come back later in the evening and complete their sessions for the day. However you want to do it. This gives you that total flexibility and the customization to actually go in there and set your own profit target. If you've got more time, then you can set this a little bit higher. So let's just set this to 20, right? 600 bucks a month. Boom. So sessions required. Now it's going to take 18 sessions. So maybe you can split that up. Maybe you can do like 6 or 7 sessions in the morning, 6 or 7 sessions in the evening, whatever you guys want to do. Or actually, I think it's a little bit more than that, but you get the point, right? So this is totally flexible. You guys can set your own daily profit targets. All right. So the new initial capital is right here with 50101. The first trade amount for this next session is going to be 116, which I think is about the same. So let's just go ahead and leave that in there for now. And let's look for another setup. Now, some of you are wondering what the heck, where I have been. Where did Mark go? Is he okay? I get a lot of messages from you guys in the group. Now, I've been active in the group, not as much. So if you're wondering where I've been, well, I moved back to the United States. I was in Europe for like over a year and a half. So we were over there, and the whole moving process, getting settled and everything took a lot longer than expected. I thought I would be able to get back here after a week and a half and boom, like be right back to business, set up my computer and start doing videos and stuff like that. But it didn't really work out that way, guys. We had to find, it took a little bit longer to find a new place. We had to get a new vehicle. Europe is very walkable. However, the United States is not the case. You have to have a car here. And so we had to do that. I had a lot of setbacks and stuff along the way. So it took about 3 weeks. One of the big ones was I ordered this desk. It's like a stand-up desk. It's this desk that I'm using right now. And it came in, when I got it, it was cracked. And the desk also had this like warp in it. It was like bowed out, and I can't use the desk. So I called the company, and thankfully they have sent me a new desktop, and I didn't have to return the old one. So I had to wait almost another week for the new desk. It's just crazy, guys. So I finally got everything set up after like 3 weeks. I'm back now. I'm not going anywhere. We're back to making videos again. Everything is going great. Everything is set up perfect. So let's go ahead and take on another trade here. So this looks decent. Now look what's happening here. So we've got the green moving average that has crossed over the white line. And then we've got the parabolic dots. I'm gonna go ahead and just enter. I know this is kind of a very knee-jerk reaction kind of trade. Of course, as soon as I enter, it looks like we're coming down a little bit, but I think this might be going up a little bit more. But then again, guys, you do not have to win every single trade. You do not, okay? You just don't. And I'll share that with you on how our members are just killing it with Pocket Option. I'll show you that in just a minute. And we've got so much feedback from the members inside of our group. But before that, let's go ahead and complete this and see what happens here. But so far, it looks like it's working out pretty well. I've had much better success using live markets than I have with OTC. OTC can be very controversial. It's up to you guys. It's just simulated data. It's up to you. Okay, whatever that you want to use. I use both. I still use both. But there we go. So there's another win. Amazing. So this strategy is actually working out very, very well. And so what do? Well, because we've only won one trade, we had no losses. The Wealth Warriors Trade Manager is built to handle losses. And when you have like multiple wins, when you keep winning, it's like you can't complete an entire session. In other words, you're not going to make the full profit for that session, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still mark it as one session completed. However, the calculations that I have here is set up to win 2 trades out of 11. But if I only win 1, you can see the next one drops underneath $1, and we can't trade we can't trade that with Pocket Option. It's no big deal. You just have to do more sessions to reach your daily profit goal. Okay, whatever that is. I have a lot of you reach out to me, and you ask me all the time, Mark, how can I make $50 a day? How can I make $100 a day? It's really hard. I can't say, okay, do this. It really depends. There's a few factors that are involved. And so we've got members doing it. We've got members making upwards to $1,000 a day, $500 a day. Okay, results are not typical, but I have videos from these members inside of our private group. If you want to watch their videos on exactly what they're doing, I've included all of that inside of the members area. But to look at it that way, if you really want to know, like, let's just say you want to make $100 a day. Okay. I'm going to show you right now what that's going to involve. Now, you've been watching this video and we have already completed 2 trading sessions while you've been watching this video. So I can mark here on the session counter, that's 2 sessions that have been completed. And I don't really have that many more sessions to go. I only have 7 more sessions to go in order to reach that daily profit target of $10, which is $300 a month, right? Well, let's just say that you want to make $100 a day and you only have $500, okay? You're really going to have to put in a lot more time into trading because, you've really got to leverage that $500 that you have in here. You're going to have to do multiple sessions. And let's just go ahead and put $100 in here and see what it says. Okay, so you would have to do 89 sessions per day. Now, the thing with this is that you are actually, you're going to have more time in the market. So that's also a factor because you kind of want to get out of the market as soon as possible. So also you have to factor in the time in the market as well, which can also increase your risk in some cases, okay? So now for the profit target, something like that, okay, let me make a slight little change here. Let's just say our initial capital is $1,000. Losing my voice here. Let's just say your initial capital is $1,000. As soon as I enter 1,000, now the sessions required has pretty much cut in half. That's going to give you a total account growth of 10%. So that's 45 total sessions. Now, we've had members do 50 sessions in a day. I've seen members do 100 sessions in a day. So there's a lot of sessions that are required. However, it's just going to require more capital, but you'll get there. So it's just going to take a little bit more time, but that's really how the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager works. Now, far as the feedback and getting into this and getting all these tools is that you guys can go to the website right now. I've got a link for this down below in the description. There's no obligation. You guys do not have to purchase anything if you don't want to. However, this is, I would say it's compared to what else is out there right now, this is extremely affordable. It's only a one-time thing and you get access to all of the cutting edge tools and spreadsheets that we have. Such as the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager, but also other compounding tools that are not available on the internet. They're specifically made for or to be used with the Trade Manager itself. We've got hours of exclusive video training. We've got strategies that are not even shown, some strategies that are not available on my YouTube channel. We've placed those inside of the private members area. We've got over 940 active members right now, and we've got ongoing member support. So if you guys have any questions, we've got staff, we've got moderators always there to answer any questions. And we've got so many members that come to me every day and say, Mark, I have been just like trading for 4 or 5 years, haven't made a dime, and I joined your group and I have not been profitable until now. And so now these are not testimonials or screenshots that I have asked for. Members just post this. They post this right inside of the private Telegram group. And so I've just taken screenshots and they just sent them out there. People post, we've got members posting screenshots of their withdrawals. So not only of their wins and their back office inside a Pocket option, but also their withdrawals. We have a member here that has withdrawn $675. Results are not typical. I just want to put that out there for you guys. A guy made a total trading profit of over $1,000 in a day, which is pretty remarkable. And you can see these screenshots when we're talking about compounding slowly over time. Look at the back office. If you go into Pocket option, you can get the stats and you can see the graph on your profitability and you can see the chart. It just looks like it just keeps going up and up and up. Look at that. So we've got several screenshots here. Here's another one here. We've got members that, they're showing a before they started using the Trade Manager and then after they started using the Trade Manager. Here's one right here. Can you tell me when I started using the Trade Manager? This thing is fire. Yeah, so here's another one right there. So, and we've also got screenshots from members that have compounded their account over the course of 30 days. They've taken around $400 and have turned that into over $2,000 in 30 days. So we've got a lot of members doing that. However you guys want to work this, if you are using the spreadsheets or any of our tools, the risk level that you want to use is completely customizable. Okay. And again, we also have the payout amounts that account for the slippage inside a Pocket option. So all that flexibility is there for you. You can customize it to fit your trading style and your trading speed. If you like to do a lot of trades, you like to do just a few trades a day, you can adjust the settings and calculations to fit that style. Okay. So this is the website. You guys can trade on your own terms anywhere with limitless income potential. It's all right there. Again, I'll leave links for this down below. But this is the spider strategy, and this is something that I wanted to bring to you guys. And so try it out. I think it's something that gives you a lot of structure. You can watch that green line cross over the white line, wait for the parabolic dots to be on the correct side of those moving averages, and I think you guys are going to be able to make some good profits. So I wish you all the best of success. Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.